Hi everyone and welcome to the gaming night. Tonight we're going to make another zoo. Actually we're going to do this bare essentials Panda Park, which I understand is the last tutorial of the series. So let's see what it's all about. As a brand I got with the newest zoo, built from the ground up to celebrate the panda in all its form. This park represents an unparalleled opportunity to show the world just how much the Goodwin Foundation knows about breeding animals on the cusp of endangerment. So, don't squander it. Okay. Okay, as usual, let me know in the comments if you like the videos that we're doing here and if you like me to play this game or another game. Right now I'm pretty curious to continue on this one, but nevertheless, I'm open to suggestions.
And they're my daughter's favorite animal. I think it's fair to say that if ever there was an animal which has captured the public's imagination, it's pandas. Oh well, that's assuming you ignore cats and dogs, obviously. It'll take more than a cute bear to knock them off of the top spot. Oh, but did you know? Thanks to the incredible conservation work that's being done in China and around the world, pandas are no longer endangered. Amazing! That said, they're still considered vulnerable. So, this zoo is extraordinarily lucky and honored to be
I have to say I really like this scenario.
It really speaks to our reputation.
In comparison to the Planet Coaster, the way the surroundings of the park are made are much better. I hope there were similar on the Planet Coaster.
It is vitally important. The eyes of the
In terms of
world
graphics, I
around you, my
don't
friend.
think
Although,
there is
perhaps more pressingly,
a huge difference.
the eyes of Nancy
Maybe
are on you
something on
too.
the shading and the water reflections. I'm not sure.
Welcome to China. This is Bernie's brand new Panda Celebration Zoo. So new, in fact, that it's not quite finished, but we'll deal with that later. First, let's take a tour of the zoo.
Okay. In the giant panda habitat. Okay, let's find it somewhere. Giant panda. I know I can. Okay. I guess it's this one.
Obviously, the giant pandas are the main attraction for this zoo, and luckily for us, we have one which was born just a few days ago. Let's go and have a look at it. Go on, don't be shy. Select the panda cub.
Yeah, I would. If I could find it. Actually, I'm not seeing any panda. Maybe here. Ah, here it is.
And click on the camera to enter animal camera mode.
Click on the camera. Oh, how furry it is.
Doesn't it just warm the cockles of your heart? So cute! Did you know that giant pandas, or Ailuropoda melanaluca for being formal, are the only entirely herbivorous bears? They can actually eat up to 38 kilos of bamboo a day. Not that surprising, given that they
It's a
spend
lot
up
of
to
bamboo.
14 hours a day chomping away. I don't imagine this little fluff ball has that kind of appetite yet, though. Oh no. I just got word from one of our keepers that a sable antelope was placed into a habitat without going through quarantine first, and that they're displaying signs of disease. We'll have to move them into quarantine to stop the infection from spreading to the other animals.
Okay.
To do that, go to the highlighted habitat, find the infected animal, and then select them to bring up their information panel. Good. Now click move and then transfer them into quarantine. I've highlighted the quarantine facility in the zoo for you.
Yeah, okay, but is this the one that's not feeling well? How do you know it? Well, it's the only one. Okay. Move. to quarantine.
Oh, phew. That's a relief. Now that we've stopped the infection from spreading any further, we need to build a vet surgery so the antelope can be treated and then returned to his habitat. I've already highlighted where I'd like you to build it, so why don't we head over there?
Okay.
In order to build the vet surgery, click on Facilities, Staff Facilities, and then Vet Surgeries.
Okay. Looks good to me. There it is. Awesome.
That's the job. Vet surgeries play a very important role in a zoo, as they're the only places that vets can treat the animals. Once there's room for the antelope, the vet will pick them up from quarantine and bring them to the surgery. Yes, diseases can spread through a habitat quite easily, especially if the water inside it isn't being cleaned regularly. As it happens, I just got a report that one of our water treatment facilities has broken down and the water in the flamingo and saltwater crocodile habitats has gotten dirty. I've highlighted the water treatment facility for you, so you should go and check it out.
Okay. Call mechanic. Mechanic and route. And here is our mechanic ready to do its work.
Click on the water treatment facility to bring up its information panel.
Which is something I've already done.
Good work. Now that the water treatment facility has been repaired, the water will be cleaned up in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. You can also use mechanics to repair power facilities, transport rides, bins, benches, signs, and, as you already know, habitat barriers. Now, I'll be honest, I'm still a little worried about that disease scare we had, so I think we should do some research into it. Doing research into a disease can help prevent future outbreaks of it, and even if we do have an outbreak, it'll make the disease much less potent. I'd like you to start some research into bordetalosis. Disease research can be found in vet research, so head over to your research centre and get one of the vets researching it.
Okay, research center.
Lovely job. Once that research is complete, I expect we'll send that disease packing in no time.
Good.
Whew!
You're on the
That
right
was a
way.
close run thing with those antelopes. I dread to think what might have happened if you hadn't got them into quarantine as quickly as you did. Fast thinking there. We had a horrible outbreak of viral gastroenteritis here at Goodwin House. Although, luckily, that was just limited to me and my wife.
Right. Now that we've got all our urgent tasks in hand, we can start to focus on the guests and improving their time in the park.
Also, these animals need a
You see,
bit
you
more.
can also do research
fun.
into new and improved guest facilities, transport rides, as well as new types of barrier and other things via the workshop. I've highlighted the workshop for you, so head over there, select it, and then click on View Workshop.
Let's view the workshop. So, okay, so mechanics are working here and they're doing research. That's awesome. New World theme, Africa theme, barriers, staff facilities, drink shops, souvenir shops, East Asia theme, shelters and climbing, power, classic theme, transport rides, a lot of things. Yeah, I say that we're in East Asia game, it's already been done. Let's go for souvenir shops maybe, or food shops. Food shops. Yeah, I located it. I already did it. Please consider me. Exit building.
And finally, assign a mechanic to research souvenir shops by dragging and dropping them onto it. I can't wait to see what they come up with.
Okay, new
Great
souvenir
stuff.
shop.
That research will take a little while, so let's have a look at something else in the meantime. Because we've had some good news. It turns out that we're allowed to adopt more giant pandas. The authorities have given us 3 females to help with our breeding program. Even so, I'm sure you know how notoriously difficult it is to get pandas to breed, so we'll have to be patient. Our current giant panda habitat is full to the brim, but luckily we've already got another habitat ready to go. But before we move our new pandas in, they'll need to go through quarantine. Of course, we can't do that until we've accepted them. So open up animal trading and go into the animal reward section.
Reward.
Just click
Awesome.
transfer to animal storage next to each of the pandas, and then they'll be sent there. Finally, we can send them from animal storage to quarantine. To do that, just select them in animal storage, then click send to zoo, and then click on the quarantine facility in the zoo. Don't worry, I've highlighted it for you so you can find it easily.
Okay, where is sent to quarantine?
While we wait for them to clear quarantine,
By hand,
you should
okay.
set up their new habitat so they feel at home in there. I'll also need you to bring over one of the male pandas from our other habitat, because without him, we're not going to have much of a breeding program, are we? So go on, move him over and get everything set up for your pandas.
Okay, let's look for our animals. Let's see. This is younger, so maybe better. New panda habitat. Where it is? It's already there. Okay, so the barriers are already there. That's fine. We need to make it a bit better for these animals. So let's go habitat and select filters, species, panda, giant panda. Giant panda. Now we're making a giant panda happy with a few things. It is being relocated. Food and water, first of all. Feeding platform. Let's close the filter. It's annoying there. Here, one, and so that if it doesn't want to get too stressed out, so we can make another here. water bowl, one here. I cannot see anything here. Yeah, I'd say here is fine. Okay, water pipe. And now, okay. Nutrition seems fine. Habitat, let's look. Terrain, it's not that good. Inappropriate. Grass short. Let's make first of all a few enrichments, as it is at 0. Food enrichment. Well, I placed some. It says 0. I don't get it. I have no idea why this one is making the food enrichment better. Maybe it's just a bug. Okay, habitat. Let's go with let's close it. Terrain can be better, and we need to change a few things. We need less grass long and more grass short. So let's go for grass short here. Right. Let's say a bit shorter grass. Okay, perfect. Now we need to change a few plants. As we need more coverage. Nature, let's go with nature, and let's filter by biome, Asia, continents, temperate, Western continent, Asia. Need a lot of bamboo. Okay, few bamboo here and there. I guess they will be happy. The idea is not to cover too much the view for the guests. Although I'm not sure if it's working right now, but we will check it later, I guess. Seems like we're fine. Let's put a cherry blossom tree. They're so nice.
Good news. Our new female pandas have been given a clean bill of health. You'd best move them into the new habitat so they can settle in. And I hope you've made their habitat as comfy as possible, because animals will only breed if they're happy.
I cannot place another one here. Okay. There's something wrong here. I don't know why now it doesn't allow me to place more of this. Let's get rid of this. Where are these ones? Yes, that's good, but where it is? Maybe it's here. Okay, I guess right now it's fine. Let's see where is the panda. Panda, little panda, come back to me. Here you are. Okay, we have to move the females. Right? Let's bring the females. Okay. All of three move to the new habitat.
Oh, bless. I think they'll be really happy in there. Fingers crossed we'll see some lovely new cubs sooner rather than later. Right. While they're being delivered, we'd better get on with something else. Oh, dear me. There's never any time to rest when you're running a zoo, is there? Well, unless you hit the pause button. Okay, I think it's time I taught you all about work zones. I know, they don't sound as interesting as the animals, but trust me, they're ever so useful. You see, work zones are a way of making sure that your staff concentrate on specific habitats or tasks within the zoo, so they aren't wandering off elsewhere when it's time to feed the animals or the like. So let's start by creating a new work zone, and then assigning a keeper to it so that they know to look after the new pandas. To do that, go into the zoo section, then click on staff, and then work zones. Now, click on new work zone. To set up your new work zone, I'll need you to select the highlighted habitat gate, staff room, and keeper hut. Oh, and don't forget to name it something useful. Once you're done, just go ahead and exit the work zone creator.
Zoo can be used to dramatically improve the efficiency in the zoo. Can be critical for ensuring keepers can look after habitats. Okay, so Panda. Panda 2.
Now let's hire a new keeper and assign them to our new work zone. We don't want them getting distracted by other goings on in the zoo. Go on, hire one. Then click on your new keeper to bring up their information panel and go to their employment tab. At the bottom, you can assign them to your new work zone from the drop-down menu. There you go. Now your keeper will focus his attention on our new pandas. Oh, and just so you know, all types of staff can be assigned work zones. Just make sure that they have access to all the buildings that they need. And one last thing, you might find it faster to assign them from the work zones tab in the staff section of zoo management. That'll save you having to chase around selecting your staff one by one. Oh, it sounds like the brand research has been completed. You should collect your rewards, and you can do that by clicking on the notification or by going back into mechanic research. Now that we've got our lovely new Just a Memento shop designed, you should build one of them near the zoo's exit. That way the guests won't miss it on their way out, and we won't miss out on their money.
Okay. This is a spot for shop. Actually, just a momento. There you go.
That's ever so wonderful, that is. Anyway, I'm just off for a moment, but I'm sure I'll have some more jobs for you to look at shortly.
Aww, those pandas look just adorable. I can see why people keep foolishly forgetting that they're wild bears. And good work on that new gift shop branding. Just a memento. Very clever. Much better than our old overpriced gifts branding. I'm all for truth in advertising, but it was perhaps a little on the nose.
Back as promised. Right, I'd like you to increase the number of different species in the zoo. Now, you can find out what species are already in your zoo by going into the zoo section and then into the animals area. And if you're wondering how you're going to fit them all in, then mixed species habitats are a great way to save space and create interesting habitats. Just make sure to check the Zoopedia to find out which species enjoy living together. E.g., don't mix lions with antelopes.
Okay, which makes sense. Zoopedia, where is Zoopedia? Zoopedia. No, is concerned. Okay, it is. That's a lot of information for each animal, which is very nice. I mean, you can learn a lot of things just by playing a game, which is always a good thing, I guess. Okay, so we can place these animals all together. Awesome. Bengali tiger. Then if they prefer to stay alone. Cheetahs. Yeah. Big spiders. Bonobos, still alone. Bongos, still alone. Alone. Hippos, alone. They don't benefit, but can they stay with other animals or? Cool, it's really a lot of information here. If you want to dig in really deep into the game and the species, there's a lot of information. I'm really happy they think about this. Okay, let's see why this animal is not really happy. Social dropped consistently. Just for a few seconds. I don't get it how why it happens. If anybody has already experienced this in the game and know why sometimes the animal social tab goes very low in the like they have too many adults in this case, but it was stressed all of a sudden. We'll have to take care of it later on. Okay, so let's see what we have to do. Have at least 18 species in the zoo and we are at 15. Okay. I think we'll continue this later in another video, hopefully within the week. And so right now we'll just enjoy the view of this marvelous park, and I'm really curious how you can build these kind of things because they look awesome. And we will finish this tutorial series in the next episode, I guess. And from the following part, I think we will deal with a real challenge, something where we'll be left on our own a bit more, and we can play and have some fun. Building our perfect zoo, hopefully perfect. If it's not perfect, we'll make it perfect, or at least we'll try. As usual, thanks again for watching. See you next time, and if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more in the future. It really helps. So, thank you. Bye bye.